YouTube? What's up, gang? Welcome back to another episode of Smoking with Regs, where we give Friday reactive videos. Yeah, I'm all the way over here in the Yamain. But today, I know I gotta get my boxing. I gotta get my boxing content on, bro. So today, we got news that Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez is now official, January 31st. Let's see what Max Kellerman and the guys on the ring got to say about this. Leave your comment for who you got winning the fight, how you think the fight gonna go. Me personally, I think that Shakur gonna win this fight. I think it's not gonna really be that hard. I think Teofimo is super athletic and he like crafty with his punches, but like I don't think he gonna be able to really get. I don't think that shit gonna work against Shakur, to be honest. But we'll see. Let's see what they got to say.
The sun has returned.
That's right.
Ring Magazine senior insider Mike Coppinger. And to Mike's left, his boss, the editor-in-chief
like
of Ring Magazine, or as Cop calls him, Sir
That's right.
Doug Fisher.
Sir Doug.
That's right. Doug, if you need any coffee at any point in the show,
No.
you have my guy right here.
I got my guy right here, yeah.
That's right.
Time for the lead hook. It is official. New York City, January 31st. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. I always say it, when boxing gets it right, no other sport comes close. And this is boxing getting it right.
I keep showing this corny
Best
ass Josh
fighting the
Padley
best.
fight.
Both fighters
Show
believe
the
that this match
Zapata fight.
settles the argument about who leads the new era. So what do we think of the Styles matchup, guys? This is a high-speed chess match a la Sugar Ray Leonard or Pernell Whitaker, Leonard and Benitez, or
Yes.
Pernell Whitaker, Buddy McGirt, or is it a Jerry versus Jerry fight, right? Because no one wants to take the lead, or is it something else? Malik, I'll start with you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really know what type of fight it's going to be. I honestly don't think Shakur going to run. I don't think it's one of them fights where he going to be out there just on his bike the whole fight. I think he going to use the ring for sure, which is smart by any fighter, but I don't think he going to run. And let me just put this out there, bro. I know, first of all, I know y'all see it. Yeah. Yo, my shit a little light skin right there, bro. I don't like that, bro. Why I get that shit dark? Put some oil. See, I don't know nothing about that tetra. That tetra. The tetra. But yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know what type of fight to expect. This is gonna be a good one though, I hope.
Special fight. It's the type of matchups we always are acting for.
It's a real high stakes fight, so I think that, like, you know how Turkey came up with the whole thing, like no Tom and Jerry, no running. We wanted to be entertaining. I feel like because this is such a high tier, like high level fight, that neither one of them are even going to want to take that chance and risk losing. So they're going to fight. You know what I mean?
When it comes to explosiveness, I would have to go with Tio. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Tio. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
What do you think, Doug?
They're both boxers. I look at Stevenson as a versatile technician. I look at Teofimo. He's a boxer puncher, but his specialty is his counter punching. Listen, if Stevenson wants to be on his stick and move game, very difficult style matchup for Teofimo, and maybe not that entertaining to the fans.
Because Stevenson's longer.
Exactly.
Stevenson's defense probably the best in the game,
and
he's longer.
Great reflexes and timing, and so does Teo. That's why he's a great counterpuncher. But Teo's, he's a very special athlete, and as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game. And
see, and this is what I don't like about that. You can't just save your shit. So you gotta be your best every time. The moment you think you can just turn that shit on and off is when you get exposed. So just hearing that, I don't know how. I don't know.
And shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody.
For the record,
thought he
Shakur
was
my
when he
favorite
was a
fighter
prospect.
right now.
Mike,
so.
We used to look at him and say, "Oh, this guy is going to be the star in boxing." it didn't really play out that way. But every now and then he reminds us how special he is.
Teofimo is a two-division Ring Magazine champion. In both fights where he won the Ring Magazine championship, he was the underdog. 4-1 underdog against Lomachenko. People forget Lomachenko was taking elite fighters in the lower divisions and they were quitting.
Yes.
He was beating them into some, they were like, I can't do this, right? And Teofimo beat him. Right, he outboxed him.
Yeah, he didn't do it by physically imposing himself on him.
He outboxed him. He outfought him. He had
Yeah.
speed, power, and then again against Josh Taylor at junior welterweight, he was the underdog. So he saves his best for his biggest moments.
Josh
Yes,
Taylor wasn't
Max,
really
and look,
nothing.
I give
though.
Shakur a lot of credit, right? Because
was a
we
good
see
win,
fighters like
but,
Boots
like-
Ennis that want to do a tune-up fight at their first fight at the new weight, and like Devin Haney.
What the fuck? Do this nigga keep bringing up my man Boots? Like, every conversation, this conversation has nothing to do with Boots, bro. The first thing you want to say is, you don't want to be like Boots and take a tune-up fight. What are we talking about, bro? It's not it wasn't a tune-up fight. The boy he fought is ranked in the top 10 in every zone. What are we talking about, bro? And then it's like, these niggas don't be knowing what the fuck the paperwork be saying on it. They don't be knowing what the conditions of the other fighters or what offers may have been sent out before. They don't know nothing, and neither do I. But like just throwing shots like that for no reason is like, it sound like you hating, gang. It do.
Shakur saying, I'll go right to the top dog at 140. So props to my best friend, Shakur Stevenson, Max.
Yes.
But look,
What is the beef with you two?
I think it's fun, you know? I think we...
Man, nobody like
I
that
don't think
nigga,
it's real
I guess.
hate.
You have this ability to bring out a certain kind of animosity in people in the boxing world. Does this extend to outside the boxing world?
Yeah, it does.
Or
yeah.
It does.
I've had that ability since I've been like 4 years old, Max, and growing up. But look, you asked about Teo. I actually think this fight is about Teofimo more than it is about Shakur Stevenson. And the reason I say that is what Doug said. When Teofimo Lopez rises to the occasion, he looks like a guy that can't be beat sometimes. And I say it's really about Teo here because Shakur, like you said, he's the favorite, 3.5 to 1 favorite right now. He's the one moving up in weight. And if you look at it stylistically, Shakur, right, he's the better boxer. We've seen Teo have problems with, fast and fleet boxers like Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. But then you think about sometimes when Teo rises to the occasion, I mean, the odds were close in the Josh Taylor fight, but everyone was picking Josh Taylor that you spoke to in boxing.
Yeah.
And we saw what Teo did to Josh Taylor. We saw what Teo did to Lomachenko. And one of the things that I think that gets lost in that fight against Lomachenko is Teo threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight.
Yeah, no question. Even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that was dangerous actually, and it looked like an off night. By the way, George Kambosos doesn't like when I say this, and I apologize. I understand it feels unfair to you, and maybe it is unfair, but this is my honest opinion. It may be, but it is still my honest opinion, Malik. I just have to be honest with the way I see it. I don't think that was the best version of Teo by a long shot. But even then, he was rallying in that fight late. He has championship heart. And the thing I like about Teo's style, when you have a guy like Shakur whose defense is that good, and he's not just a guy who's going to hug you, he can box, the easiest thing in the world is just to pick him against everybody.
Right.
Yes.
But Teo also has the kind of footwork, Malik, where he steps around guys. And I think about Buddy McGirt, Meldrick Taylor.
Yes.
Roy, where Meldrick had quick enough feet where if you were going to come right at Buddy McGirt, he could box you. But Meldrick could give him angles that were more difficult. I think of Roy Jones, James Toney. If you were going to go at James Toney, forget it. His defense is too good. But Roy had the feet to move around James Toney, and maybe Teo has the feet to move around Shakur.
I seriously
I don't think so.
Shakur is a whole different story.
Yeah, that ain't the same, nigga.
Ring IQ is up there with the best. He's getting literally, I don't know how many times we've seen 2 pound-for-pound fighters sparring each other. Shakur Stevenson is getting top quality work, literally top quality work.
Man,
And that makes me want to ask,
bro,
I wonder how he
think?
look at his opponents after boxing Bud so many times and always in camp with Bud, and not just in camp with him, sparring him. I'm sure that played a big factor in his confidence.
What do you guys think about the idea? I look at this fight, Teo has more to lose. Shakur has more to lose
Yeah.
He's the undefeated fighter. He's seen as the eventual pound-for-pound champ potentially. But Tio has more to win. He has more to gain. So on the one hand, is there an advantage there where Shakur is fighting to protect that perfect record, to protect that kind of sense that he's the next guy? On the other hand, Tio is like he can fight with more abandon against Shakur because there's so much for him to gain. And if he loses, he's lost before. He's lost to Kambosos, and he came back from that. But oh my God, if he can pull it off. Like if it's a close fight and Tio could keep it close and we're going into the 10th, 11th, 12th rounds, is there an advantage there given that situation?
He came back from that Kambosos fight, but in some way, the jury is still out on Tio a little bit because I'm going to tell you what, on that card that was done in Times Square, he looked the best out of, with all due respect, out of a lot of people that didn't look good.
Yep.
But if you put him in the main event somewhere, that people wouldn't, to me, really raved about that fight.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So the jury, he still have a lot to prove too. Not as much as Shakur, but he definitely do have a lot to prove still.
Yeah, I agree with you, Max. I think Shakur has more to lose here. Shakur is the one that's thought of as, like you said, pound for pound #1 one day, maybe someday in the not too distant future. He's the favorite in this fight, bigger favorite than anything any of us anticipated, at around 3.5 to 1. But Tio, look, what I look at here is I think Teofimo, yes, he's had problems with boxers, which scares me for Tio, but I'm going to use your word, Max, fast twitchies.
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson had a lot of problems with Edwin De Los Santos. I think that was a majority decision.
No, he did not.
De Los Santos, what does he have?
Yo, this nigga, he lied. Why you lying, bro? He didn't have no problems with this nigga. He didn't get touched. Why you sit here and say he had problems when he didn't get touched? That makes no sense. Am I tripping? Like, yeah, he used his legs to go around the ring and all that, but like, to have problems with somebody, they got to be able to stop you from doing that. He was in there doing whatever he wanted. He fought that fight the way he fought that fight because he wanted to. And Edwin De Los Santos did nothing to even confuse him or make him think.
Twitchy guy, athletic.
And the difference here is that they're both twitchy. They're both fast. They're both excellent boxers. Teo's a puncher. I know it hasn't shown up in recent fights, but we have watched both of their careers. Shakur is not a puncher.
No.
Tio is.
Tio it can be an explosive, I hit you with a shot, you don't see it.
And also, it's like, this whole power conversation is like, I feel like Shakur got enough power to be respected. He not no knockout artist or nothing like that, but he has dropped niggas. His first fight at 135, he stopped somebody. He stopped Josh Padley. Just beat the shit out of what's his name? Zepeda. Like, and a lot of niggas ain't peaked. During that Zepeda fight in the beginning, Zepeda was hype, pushing the pace. He was doing what he normally do. And then after a while, you gotta go back and watch. He slowed down. And that's why Shakur was able to stand in the middle of the ring and just chill for a minute. Like, come on, bro.
And you are out cold type puncher.
And talking about power, strength too. I think Tio's going to be the much stronger guy in there. Shakur Stevenson's not a strong guy.
You haven't even been in the nigga. You never even been in the ring with the nigga. This nigga right here is a hater, gang. I'm seeing what he mean. I'm seeing what he about. Like, how you about to sit here and tell a nigga how strong he is? You ain't even never shook the nigga hand probably. Like, that's crazy.
First fight at 140 though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not disrespecting.
I feel like, but I also feel like that Shakur might surprise you, Mike, with his physical strength. Physical strength, as we all know, doesn't always translate to punching power.
Sure, of course not.
But when he was a younger fighter, he looked like he could be moved around by his opponent. It doesn't look like that anymore.
No, he's definitely matured into his body. But first fight at 140, Tio's what? I think this is maybe his 5th fight at 140. Yeah, something like that.
It don't matter. Like, and then we bringing shit up like this, like Bud ain't just go up to 168 and beat the shit out of Canelo. And he is fucking sparring with Bud. What are we talking about? Hey, man.
Or has a frame where he can put on 140.
All right, I think that's all I really wanted to hear in the video. But like I said, man, I like Shakur this fight. Leave in the comments who y'all think gonna win the fight. The link to this video is gonna be in my description. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said a couple videos ago, we going up, gang. Like we gonna keep dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. I appreciate all the new supporters. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the videos, like everything. All my socials at the bottom. You know what I mean? But I got a question though. Where you about to go?
Je t'aime.